right now I live in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Entonces yo soy canadiense, pero ahora mismo estoy viviendo en la República Dominicana. I have over 15 years experience as an English teacher. I have lived in China and Vietnam. I've been working with Canaway for about 10 months now. And I must tell you, Canaway is a fantastic company to study with. In the last 10 months, I have met many incredible students. Yo he conocido muchos alumnos increíbles en mis 10 meses acá con Canaway. Y como se dice, Maritza, I'm looking forward to meeting so many more.
Sí, espero conocer más alumnos.
Exactly. Thanks, Maritza. Very good. So everyone, welcome so much. I'm happy to see you here tonight. I'm going to share my screen now. Yo voy a compartir mi pantalla y vamos a empezar. Let's begin our lesson. So today, we're going to learn about the simple past tense. This is a grammar lesson today. A veces la gramática sí es un poco difícil, pero eso es lo más importante, es que tenemos que aprender y después seguir practicando para seguir mejorando el idioma, okay? So, let's begin with the simple past tense. Our objectives of our lesson today are to understand the context and meaning of the simple past tense. You will recognize and form the simple past tense of regular verbs for talking about holidays and vacations in the affirmative and negative. Recognize and form the simple past tense of common, regular, irregular verbs. And use the simple past tense to talk about our past personal experiences. So I hope everyone is ready. You have your positive attitude. Yay, happy Wednesday, everyone. You have your positive attitude for learning and a pencil and a notebook ready to make some notes. So let's get started just thinking a little bit about holidays. Everyone likes to go on holiday. What can you do on a vacation in your city? If I came to your city, what could I do? Where can I stay? Where could I stay? Or where can I eat, for example? What activities can you enjoy? What is there to do in your city? Anyone who would like to share a little bit? ¿Qué podemos hacer en su ciudad? Si yo tenía oportunidad de visitar a su ciudad, ¿qué podría hacer? What could I do? What is there to do? Do you live in a city? Or do you live near the mountains? Do you live near the beach? You're very quiet. All right, we'll just move on from here. Perhaps you can turn on your microphone, encender el micrófono, y repite conmigo. Este es verbos. Tenemos 3 verbos acá. We have 3 verbs here. Repeat with me, repite conmigo los verbos. Play.
Play.
Thank you, Jocelyn. Hike.
Hike.
Excellent. Thanks, Felix. Good. Stay.
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 Super. Play.
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 Hike.
Hike.
Hike. Stay.
Hike.
Stay.
Very good. So, who knows what play means? What does play mean? ¿Qué significa play?
Jugar.
Yes, thank you, Oriana. Good, okay. What about hike? What does hike mean? Do you know what hiking is?
Caminata.
Yeah, it's when you're going walking, but in nature, en la naturaleza. So you can hike on a trail in the forest. You can hike up a mountain. Hike. It's not only walking, it's an activity you can do in nature. What does stay mean? I see a hotel here. Stay. Stay in a hotel. Stay.
It's like quedarse en un sitio.
Excellent. Thank you, Oriana. So we have 3 verbs here: play, hike, and stay. And to start, I want to make 2 sentences for each verb. Entonces vamos a hacer 2 oraciones para cada verbo. Mira acá en el ejemplo, play. They play volleyball on the beach. Repite conmigo. They play volleyball on the beach.
They play volleyball on the beach.
Excellent. Now that's an affirmative sentence. Now let's make a negative sentence. They don't play volleyball on the beach.
They don't play volleyball on the beach.
Fantastic. So now using this structure, we're going to create affirmative and negative sentences for hike and stay. Who can help me create an affirmative sentence for hike? What can we say in the present tense? See some people here. They. ¿Cómo podemos construir una oración en afirmativo con ese verbo? Oriana.
They hike in the mountain.
Excellent. They hike in the mountains. Fantastic. Now, if we want to make this negative, para hacerlo negativo, ¿qué tenemos que hacer?
They don't hike
Agregar el don.
in the mountain.
Hike.
They don't hike in the mountains. Excellent. So now we have an affirmative and negative sentence. Y todos podemos leerlo juntos. Ready? They hike in the mountains.
They hike in the mountain.
hike in the
They hike in the mountain.
Excellent. Thank you. And now the negative. They
Don't
hike in the mountains.
hike in the mountain.
Fantastic. All right, let's move on to our 3rd verb, stay. We stay in a hotel. What can we say in affirmative sentence for stay?
They stay in the hotel.
They stay in a hotel. Good. And what would the negative be?
And they don't stay in the hotel.
Good. They don't stay in a hotel. So we have they stay in a hotel and they don't stay in a hotel. Repeat with me. They stay in a hotel.
They stay in the hotel.
Good. They don't stay in a hotel.
They don't stay in the hotel.
Excellent. Very good. So this is the present simple tense. Ese es el presente simple. Y el presente simple usamos cuando la acción está en el presente, ahora. Entonces, usamos el presente simple cuando las cosas pasan como en general o regularmente. we have now, ahora. And then, of course, we have the future, el futuro, and the past, el pasado. And that's what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about the past. So right now, in the present, we can see the people. Podemos ver, they hike. Or in the negative, they don't hike. They hike, they don't hike. So let's see how we can make that in the past tense. How are we going to turn that into the simple past? El pasado simple lo usamos cuando las cosas pasaron en el pasado. Entonces, si miramos acá en el timeline, we have the past, now, and the future. And here is the hike. Here is the hike. The hike happened here. The hike happened in the past. Entonces, para decirle en el pasado simple, decimos they hiked. They hiked. Y nota que por acá tenemos un ed. En el final de hike, hike se cambió a hiked. Repite conmigo, por favor. They hiked.
They hike.
They hiked.
They hike.
Excellent. Now, para hacerlo en negativo, tenemos que notar algo importante. Anterior, en el presente, podemos ver they don't hike. They do not hike. En el presente simple sabemos que tenemos que usar el verbo to do. Es como un verbo auxiliar para ayudarnos para hacerlo negativo. Tenemos que hacer lo mismo para el pasado simple. Tenemos también que usar el verbo to do para ayudarnos de cambiarlo al pasado. Entonces, tenemos acá un verbo to do, pero porque es irregular, es did. Entonces, they hiked, affirmative. They didn't hike, negative. Didn't. Did es el pasado del verbo do. Y nota la estructura, que cuando estamos haciendo el negativo, tenemos el sujeto, tenemos el verbo to do, negativo, y en pasado. Y después tenemos el verbo regular, en infinitivo. No tenemos que conjugar este verbo porque está conjugado en el pasado por el negativo, en el auxiliar do. Entonces, repite conmigo de nuevo. They hiked.
They hiked.
They didn't hike.
They didn't hike.
Excellent. They hiked.
They hiked.
They didn't hike.
They didn't hike.
Excellent. Does anyone know how we form didn't? ¿Cómo construir esa palabra didn't? Esa es una construcción.
Did not.
Thank you. Did not. So when we put did and not together, we get didn't. Did not becomes didn't. And it's acceptable to use did and did not. Both are acceptable. Excellent. So now let's move on and practice the simple past. Now we've got the same pictures and the same verbs, but we're going to make the simple past. Vamos a formar el pasado simple con esos mismos verbos y estas mismas oraciones que hicimos anteriormente. So, They played volleyball on the beach. Read with me. They played volleyball on the beach.
They played volleyball on the beach.
Volleyball on the beach.
Fantastic. And now the negative. They didn't play volleyball on the beach.
They didn't play volleyball on the beach.
Fantastic. So you can see, again in the example, only the first verb changes to the past tense. Solo el primer verbo tiene que cambiar al pasado. Y en este caso es el verbo do, que es el verbo auxiliar, que ayude para cambiar a un negativo. The other verbs remain in the infinitive form. So, they didn't play volleyball on the beach. Y así play está en infinitivo. Let's do the next image. What was the verb? Who can tell me what was this verb that we used? How do we say this again? ¿Qué es ese verbo en esta imagen? ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Quién recuerda?
Hike.
It didn't.
Very good. Very good. So it's the verb hike. Let's make the sentence in affirmative in the past. They
Hiked.
hiked. They
On the
hiked
mountain.
on the mountain. Good. So now let's think, how would we make that negative? They
Didn't.
didn't hike on the mountain. Excellent. Everyone read together now, please. They hiked on the mountain.
They hiked on the
They
mountain.
hiked on the mountain.
Excellent. And now negative.
They didn't hike on the mountain.
Hike on the mountain.
Fantastic. Now, what was the final verb about the hotel? What is that verb?
Stay.
Stay. Excellent. And how can we make an affirmative sentence in the simple past with stay? They
Stayed in the hotel, on the hotel.
They stayed in a hotel.
Hotel.
Good. Hotel. Good. They stayed in a hotel. How can we make it negative?
They didn't stay in the hotel.
They didn't stay in a hotel. Excellent. And now everyone read again together. They
didn't stay.
They stayed in a hotel.
Hotel.
They
Didn't
Stay in the hotel.
excellent. They stayed in a hotel. They didn't stay in a hotel. So we can see there is a pattern. Cuando queremos cambiar al pasado en afirmativo, solo tenemos que poner el d, el ed, en el final del verbo. Y cuando queremos cambiar a un negativo en el pasado simple, tenemos que poner didn't con el infinitivo. Y así estamos. So we have played, didn't play, hiked, didn't hike, stayed, didn't stay. Very good. Does anyone have a question so far? ¿Alguien tiene preguntas sobre este material?
No.
Very good. Then let's keep going.
¿Cómo? Disculpe, sorry.
Sí, Fabián, ¿tiene
Pues,
pregunta?
¿Cómo es la manera correcta de pronunciar ese ed al final?
Didn't?
Sí, al final el verbo, ¿no? Que en este caso son regulares, se le agrega el ed. ¿Cuál es la forma correcta de pronunciar el ed?
Vamos así en un momento. Ese es el próximo lámina de la presentación. Porque ese sí es algo un poquito difícil. Pero sí, muy buena pregunta, Fabián. Y vamos por allá.
Ok.
Primero tenemos este ejercicio para hacerlos y después voy a explicar la pronunciación antes de terminar. ¿Ok? Primero hacemos así. Miramos, look at the questions. To form the simple past tense, claro que sí, cuando estamos sobre verbos regulares, when we're talking about regular verbs in English, we only have to add the verb and the ed. Y como preguntó Fabián anteriormente, sí hay una regla también de cómo pronunciarlo, pero ahora mismo vamos solo a construirlos. Vamos a leer las preguntas. Let's read each question and use this verb that's in parentheses to complete the sentence. So if the verb is relax, then we will say I, in the past, relaxed. I relaxed next to the pool. So our second question is you. You to Rio de Janeiro on your vacation, and our verb is travel. So what should the verb become in the past tense? ¿Cómo podemos cambiarlo al pasado en el pasado simple? Travel.
You traveled to Rio de Janeiro on your vacation.
Excellent. You traveled. You traveled to Rio de Janeiro on your vacation. Very good. Number 3, she sushi for the first time, and our verb is try.
Tried it.
Tried. Excellent. Would you like to read that, Nadia? Nadia, would you like to read the complete sentence?
She tried it sushi for the first time.
Excellent. She tried sushi for the first time. Great. Okay. Number 4, he at the beach in Cartagena, and our verb is surf. Who would like to try?
Surfed.
Surfed. Good. Surfed. He surfed at the beach.
At the beach in Cartagena.
Excellent. Thank you, Ariana. Number 5. The verb is watch. Watch. Who would like to complete the sentence? They a movie in their hotel room at night.
Watched.
Watched. Good. Now, would you like to read that for me, please? They
watched a movie in their hotel room at night.
Excellent. And the last one is visit. Visit. We are friends in Florida for 1 week.
Visited.
Visited. Excellent. We visited. Who can read it for me?
We visited our friends in Florida for 1
Week.
Excellent. Very good. Okay. Good work. Do you have any questions aside from the pronunciation? Any questions en la manera de construir el pasado simple? Excellent. So let's keep going. Bueno, vamos a dejar este ejercicio hasta el final para que ya podemos seguir con la pronunciación, okay? And here we are. So first, I want you to just listen. Listen to me pronounce all of these words. And then tell me, what do you notice about the pronunciation. Después me pueden contar si nota algo sobre mi pronunciación, ¿ok? Played, traveled, tried, learned, arrived, used, liked, relaxed, surfed, watched, missed, packed, wanted, needed, visited, collected, ended, started. Did anyone notice anything different about the pronunciation?
I think there are three pronunciations.
There are 3 different pronunciations. That's correct. Do you know what they are? Yes, Fabian, what do you think?
Sí, la tercera fila, la right, pronuncia más el ed.
Yes, you're right. Over here in this column, everything is pronounced with an ed sound. Wanted, needed, visited. And here in the middle, liked, relaxed, surfed. And here on the left, played, traveled, tried. You're right. There are 3 different ending sounds. And there is a rule. Excuse me. So we have the simple past pronounced as a D when the final consonant sound is voiced. It's pronounced as a T, like T, when the final consonant sound is unvoiced. And it's pronounced like id when the final consonant sound of the verb is T or D. Entonces yo voy a explicar en este lado primero porque ese es lo más fácil. Solo los verbos que terminan con T o con D podemos pronunciar con id. Entonces repite conmigo. Wanted.
Wanted.
Needed.
Needed.
Visited.
Visited,
Collected.
collected,
Collected.
Ended.
ended,
Ended.
started,
Started.
Started.
Notice that every verb ends with a T or a D. Y ese es lo único cuando podemos pronunciar ed en el final del verbo. El resto de los verbos tienen reglas diferentes, ¿ok? Entonces, solo cuando el verbo termine con T o con D, podemos pronunciar ed. Wanted, needed, visited, collected, ended, and started. Now we go to the fun part. It says here, when the simple past is pronounced as a D, when the final consonant sound is voiced. Well, what does that mean? ¿Qué significa eso? When the final consonant sound is voiced. I want you to put 2 fingers on your throat. I want you to put your fingers here. And I want you to say this word with me. Play. 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 Y, the Y, is a voiced consonant. And because it's a voiced consonant, you can feel como una vibración. Se siente una vibración acá cuando dice la palabra play. Play. Y se siente, ¿sí? Hay vibración acá. Ese significa que es un voiced consonant. Es igual con el resto. Travel, try, learn, arrive, use. So the rule is, when it's a voiced consonant, we pronounce the past tense of the verb as the. So now you can say with me. Played,
Played,
traveled,
traveled,
tried,
tried,
learned,
learned,
Learn,
arrived,
arrived,
arrive,
used.
used.
use.
Very good. So then the opposite, it's pronounced as a t sound when the final consonant is unvoiced. So I'm going to ask you again to put your fingers here, and I want you just to say the word like. Like. The final consonant, no se siente una vibración because it's unvoiced. And that's the difference, that's the rule. And this rule applies to all of the letters. Al menos el T y D. El resto de los consonantes aplica esa regla. Entonces, repite conmigo. Liked.
Like,
Liked.
Relaxed.
Relaxed.
relax,
Relaxed,
Surfed.
surfed,
Watched.
watched,
what,
Missed.
Missed.
Packed.
packed.
So, eso sí, ¿verdad? Es algo que tenemos que practicar, porque claro que no van a salir caminando y charlando con las personas en inglés, tocándome por acá a ver si tiene vibración o no, claro que no. Pero ese es algo que lo que dije en el principio, que tenemos que practicar, y tenemos que practicar, y tenemos que practicar. Y la única manera que vamos a practicar es que por tomar clases y aprovechar de oportunidades de hablar en inglés. Y también aprovecharse de oportunidades de escuchar en inglés. Entonces, a mirar televisión y ponerse en un ambiente cuando está rodeada de inglés, ayude mucho, ayude mucho. Nuestras clases son una oportunidad perfecta para practicar, pero también tiene que buscar otras maneras de seguir practicando fuera de la clase, ¿ok? Porque esas cosas son un poco difíciles. Un poco difícil si solo se tomó una clase y no sigue practicando. Este es un camino, el aprendizaje es un camino. Y a veces sí es duro, pero vale la pena. Take it from me. Yo hablo inglés porque yo soy de Canadá. Yo hablo francés, pero ya mi francés está como durmiendo acá en mi cerebro. Pero también yo hablo español y también yo hablo mandarín chino, porque yo viví en China por muchos años. Entonces, todo eso fue un camino. Y el camino nunca termina. Es algo que va a seguir aprendiendo para la vida. Entonces, y vale la pena. I'm so happy that I can speak more than one language. Porque me da oportunidades de comunicar y viajar alrededor del mundo. Entonces, regresamos a la clase. Vale. So now, Fabian, did I answer your question?
Todo ok.
¿Sí? ¿Sí? ¿Ya te contesté la pregunta?
Yes.
Super. Very good. Now let's go back and let's practice making negatives. And that's going to be the end of our class. So let's go back here. And we need to practice forming the past simple tense. But now you know how to pronounce the past tense of the verb. You know how to pronounce it now, the simple past tense. Let's look at the structure for forming negatives. did, which is the past of what verb? Did es el pasado de cuál verbo?
Do.
Correct. And ¿por qué necesitamos poner un did por acá? ¿Por qué necesitamos el verbo to do? ¿Por qué necesitamos ese did?
Porque es pasado.
Porque no es porque es pasado. Sí, el did es pasado, sí. Pero ¿por qué tenemos que poner el did acá? ¿Por qué?
Por la
Porque-
estructura.
Porque, sí, es la estructura. Es porque las oraciones son negativos. Y siempre con los negativos necesitamos el verbo auxiliar did para ayudarnos para conjugar. ¿Ok?
Para ayudar a conjugar.
So, let's see. I relaxed next to the pool. Notice that relax is not a voiced consonant, so it sounds like a T. I relaxed next to the pool. How can we make that negative? Mira la estructura acá y vamos a cambiar esta oración al negativo.
I didn't relax
Relax.
Relax next to the pool.
Excellent. Okay, very good. So now let's do the next one. You traveled to Rio de Janeiro on your vacation. Traveled. You traveled to Rio de Janeiro on your vacation. How can you make that into the negative in the past?
You didn't travel to Rio de Janeiro on your vacation.
There is a question?
No,
Or
this
you
is a statement.
sent a
You
statement.
didn't
Okay.
travel.
Okay.
You didn't travel to Rio de Janeiro on your vacation. It's a statement. You didn't travel to Rio de Janeiro on your vacation. You traveled to Colombia on your vacation. Okay? You didn't travel to Rio de Janeiro. You traveled to Sao Paulo. Very good. The next one. She tried sushi for the first time. How do we make that negative?
She didn't try
Sushi for the first
sushi
time.
for this time.
She didn't try sushi for the first time.
Excellent. She didn't try sushi for the first time. She tried wonton soup for the first time. Very good. Number 4, he surfed at the beach in Cartagena. Remember surf? It's non-voiced.
He didn't
so it ends
surf
with a T.
at the beach in Cartagena.
Excellent. He didn't surf. Excellent. He didn't surf at the beach in Cartagena. Next, they watched a movie in their hotel room at night.
They
didn't watch a movie in the hotel room at night.
In the hotel room at night.
Excellent. Super. And the last one. We visited our friends in Florida for 1 week. How does this verb end? Who can tell me? This verb ends with a T. So how do we pronounce this word in the past?
Oh.
Visit ends with a T. What's the rule? Cuando termine con D o con T, ¿cómo pronunciamos esa palabra?
Visited.
Excellent. Visited. Yes. Okay. So how do we make this in the past then?
We
We didn't visit
friend in
visit
Florida for
our
one
friends in Florida.
for 1 week.
Excellent. Very good.
We didn't visit.
Now, just for a final review, I want everybody, please turn on your microphones and read the the affirmative and the negative sentences one more time. Okay? Leamos juntos el afirmativo y después el negativo. Ready? Go. I relax.
Relaxed next to the pool.
To the pool.
And the negative.
I didn't relax
Relax
next
next to the pool.
Next to the pool.
Super. Number 2.
You traveled
Travel
to Rio de Janeiro on your vacation.
On the vacation.
Negative.
You didn't
travel
travel to Rio de
to
Janeiro
Rio de Janeiro on your vacation.
Super. Number 3.
She tried
She tried to cheat
for the first time.
Good. And negative.
She didn't try sushi for the
Exercise
first time.
for the first
Super.
time.
Number 4.
He served
He surfed
at
a
the beach in
beach in
Cartagena.
Cartagena.
He surfed at the beach in
At the
Cartagena.
beach in Cartagena.
Good. And the negative?
He didn't
He didn't
surf
surf
at the
at the
beach
beach
in
in
Cartagena.
Cartagena.
Great. And number 5.
They
Watched
Watch it.
a movie in the hotel room at
the
night.
hotel.
They watched.
Watch.
They watched a movie in their hotel room at night. Good. And the next?
They didn't watch
A movie
a movie in the
in the
hotel
hotel
room
room at night.
Super. And the last?
We visited our friend in
Visited
Florida
our
for 1
friends
week.
in Florida for 1 week.
And negative?
We didn't visit our friends in Florida
for 1 week.
Excellent. Good work, everyone. Very good. Okay. So you've had a quick introduction to forming the simple past with regular verbs. Now, if we had another 45 minutes, we would keep going and get into the past tense of irregular verbs and learning more about putting sentence structures together and have more conversation together. Pero ese es el principio de esta lección del pasado simple en el nivel 4. And I would really like to thank all of you for coming today and for participating in our lesson. It's going to be time to say goodbye now, porque yo creo que ya Maritza tiene tiempo para contestar unas preguntas que tienen ustedes para ella sobre el Canaway. Entonces, si yo puedo pedir, si ustedes todos pueden prender la cámara, encender la cámara, por favor, solo por un momento, para grabar todas las caras de ustedes, a decir thank you so much. It was great to meet you. And have a great night. Thank you all so much for coming and
Nice
for
to meet you too.
participating. I hope you had a good time.
Thank you.